The origin of Black History Month, just for the record, what we now call Black History Month, was originated in 1926 by Carter G. Woodson as Negro History Week. The month of February was selected in deference to Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, who were both born in that month. The son of a slave, Carter G. Woodson was born in New Canton, Virginia in 1875. He began high school at the age of 20 and then proceeded to study at Berea College, the University of Chicago, the Sorbonne, and Harvard University, where he earned a PhD in 1912. Woodson founded the Association for the History in 1915 to train Black historians and to collect, preserve, and publish documents on Black life and Black people. He also founded the Journal of Negro History, Associated Publishers, and the Negro Bulletin. Woodson spent his life working to educate all people about the vast contributions made by Black men and women throughout history. Mr. Woodson died in 1950. Black History Month continues his legacy of educating everyone about Black history, which is American history. I am privileged to commend several amazing trailblazers within my congressional district's African American community. David Albritton. David Albritton lived from 1913 to 1994, a pioneering African American in the Ohio General Assembly. Interestingly enough, he was also a high jumper in the Olympic Games. Albritton was born in Danville, Alabama, the hometown of Jesse Owens. Like Owens, Albritton was raised in the great city of Cleveland and became a track star at East Technical High School. Albritton also accompanied Owens to Ohio State University and the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin. During tryouts for the Olympics, he tied a world record of 6 feet 9.5 inches in the high jump. In 1960, he moved into public service when he won a seat in the Ohio House of Representatives. In the House, he was named chair of the House Interstate Cooperation Committee, making him the first African American in Ohio history to head a House committee. Albritton, a Black hero, raised in Cleveland, Ohio, is a member of the National Track and Field Hall of Fame, the Ohio Sport Hall of Fame, and the Ohio State Athletic Hall of Fame. Then, Madam Speaker, there is Harry Smith. Harry C. Smith was born in 1863. He was a pioneer of the Black press. Shortly after graduating from Central High School in Cleveland, Ohio, he founded the Cleveland Gazette. The newspaper would become the longest publishing Black weekly in America, earning its nickname, the Old Reliable. It never missed a Saturday publication date in 58 years. Like Albritton, Smith was also a member of the Ohio General Assembly. In the course of his 3-term career, Smith sponsored the Ohio Civil Rights Law of 1894 that established penalties against discrimination in public accommodations. In 1896, Smith sponsored the Mob Violence Act of 1896, which was an anti-lynching law. Though he lost his bids for the Republican nomination for governor in 1926 and in 1928, he broke ground as the first Black candidate for the position of governor. Fannie Lewis. Fannie Lewis was a dynamic, revered, and respected member of Cleveland City Council who passed away in 2008. Lewis was actually a native of Memphis, Tennessee, who moved north to Cleveland in 1951. A decade after she moved to her new hometown, she began her public life as a community activist in the Huff neighborhood. Even after she was elected to council in 1979, she kept her grassroots approach to politics, looking out for her hard-working constituents. Councilwoman Lewis fought relentlessly for her ward, never giving in and never giving up on Huff. This dedication led to the passage of the Fannie M. Lewis Cleveland Resident Employment Law, which requires construction projects receiving more than $100,000 in funding from the city to employ people who live in the city on those projects. Jane Edna Hunter. Jane Edna Hunter was a prominent African-American social worker who founded Cleveland's Phyllis Wheatley Association. Born to a sharecropper, Hunter defied the odds and graduated with a nursing degree. She later attended Marshall Law School in Cleveland and passed the Ohio bar examination. In addition to her legal career, Hunter was a dedicated philanthropist. She organized the Phyllis Wheatley Association in 1911 to provide safe living quarters for unmarried African American women and girls. Following retirement, she founded the Phyllis Wheatley Foundation, a scholarship fund for African American high school graduates. She also founded the Women's Civic League of Cleveland and belonged to the NAACP and served as vice president and executive committee member of the National Association of Colored Women. Highly esteemed around the nation, she was granted honorary degrees from Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, Allen University in Columbia, South Carolina, and Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio. Mary Brown Martin. Mary Brown Martin, who championed academic achievement for all children, was the first black woman elected to the Cleveland Board of Education. She was born in Raleigh, North Carolina, to former slaves. In 1886, she moved to Cleveland, where she graduated from Central High School in 1900. In the 1920s, Martin was dedicated to teaching in the Cleveland Public Schools. She was profoundly dedicated to the students and advocated for their needs. To increase her advocacy for children, she ran and was elected to the Board of Education in 1930. She served 3 terms. The Mary B. Martin Elementary School on Brookline Avenue was named in her honor and for her service. And lastly, Madam Speaker, the Black Commanders of Cleveland. I congratulate Deputy Prolo Green, Commander Dwayne Drummond, Commander Ellis Johnson, Commander Dean McCauley, Commander Leroy Morrow, and Commander Calvin Williams from Cleveland, Ohio. These outstanding law enforcement officers have honorably served and protected the people of Cleveland for more than 20 years and are still serving our city today. These outstanding officers were recently recognized by the Call and Post newspaper for their tireless service, exemplary leadership, and commitment to the community. I am proud they are among our police department's leadership, protecting our people and risking their lives to keep our community safe. I am proud of all of these amazing black heroes who have given Cleveland its legacy of excellence and its legacy of activism. The 11th Congressional District of Ohio, which includes Cleveland, is a great place to live with an amazing history of black involvement and achievement.